So I have finished the first bag of the Daily Bugle, and I was originally going to make this another AFL video, but you know, honestly, the first bit of it's so tedious, and I just didn't think it made a very interesting video. So I'm just going right to this little review of what you get out of the first bag of the Daily Bugle. And the first thing is that we get a lot of these extra pieces down here. So I'm going to do a little cut here to get a closer look at these extra pieces, because there's a lot of cool extra pieces here and it's interesting. So we have this 1x1 round tile piece with the pin on top. We've got a couple regular 1x1 round plates in silver and tan, and then we've got a 1x1 round plate with an open stud in black. But here's where I was kind of interested. We've got 5 different colors of tiles here. You've got white, light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, black, and green. But I was surprised because usually you're not going to get like a light gray, dark gray, and black all in the same bag, because sometimes those colors can be a little confusing with the printed instruction manual. That's why you rarely will ever see like light bluish gray and a silver in the same color, because on the printed page you don't get that distinction in color, so it can be confusing. So I was very kind of like surprised to see these similar colors all in the first bag. And then we've got that quarter tile piece. It looks like a piece of pie, which I like to call it, and then a printed 1x1 tile here with the cookie pattern. So I'm really excited. I love getting these printed pieces because they're great for mocks. But the reason we have this cookie piece is because of Aunt May here. So we got to build Aunt May in the very first bag, and she's carrying a nice dish of cookies for her nice nephew who's working hard at the Daily Bugle, and she's got enough for everybody because you got a few 1x1 round plates here underneath the tile piece to make it look like it's a big stack of cookies, and she's got her gray hair, a nice little sweater, and this is our older Aunt May, not our younger, more attractive Marissa Tomei Aunt May. But I didn't really want Aunt May in this set because she's been in a lot of Spider-Man sets, and with this Daily Bugle, I really wanted it for all those characters we haven't seen before. And because we've seen Aunt May, because she's like, yes, she's close to Peter Parker, but she rarely visits Peter at work. So I thought she was kind of a wasted minifigure in this set, but she's still a very cool figure to build, and she's the first one we did with her little plate of goodies. And then now let's look at the base. So like I said, when I first started this with the AFL video to kind of build it as I talked, but this is really kind of tedious work. You see, it's a lot of just kind of laying down the tiles, getting the base, setting things up. So although it's really cool to build, it's not very interesting to watch this part of the process. But just kind of see what we build in this first bag. You've got this nice marble tiled floor. This is really kind of a cool design. You get a great tile interior. I mentioned they've got this purple 1x4 plate right here. So it's just a random 1x4 purple plate. I'm kind of curious what that's going to be when we build it up. And then for the rest of it, it's all exterior. We've got a nice little fire hydrant here. That was a fun little build. On the side here, we've got a barrel. We've got some open crates on this side. And as we turn it around, you see all that tile work that went into it. This is actually, I kind of made this is a really difficult for making sure you made the spacing correctly. So we had to make sure the spacing was there. And then here we've got some boxes, some crates and boxes, like 2 boxes and like lids to give us the impression all these boxes have been open. And we also have a little wrap piece here. And it's funny because when I was going through the box opening, I made a joke about, oh, well, it's New York City, so of course you need a rat because, New York is filled with these little critters, especially in the subway system. But when I was reading the instruction manual, this rat is actually a reference to the mouse in Endgame that went over the keyboard and got Ant-Man out of the quantum zone and kind of said, hey, look, we can do time travel and fix everything. So in reality, this rat is the real hero, not Iron Man, because he's the one who brought Ant-Man back from the quantum zone, and then basically the rest allowed them to figure out how to beat Thanos in Endgame and bring back all our dead heroes who we knew weren't going to be dead because Spider-Man was way too new to the franchise, just had him disappear. But I think one of the reasons I made a mistake with this is because this set, with the exception of Spider-Man and Aunt May, has nobody from Endgame. Punisher's not in Endgame, Firestar's not in Endgame, Carnage, Venom, like all these are Sony characters, so they weren't in Endgame. So it's interesting they made an Endgame reference even though there's really no endgame characters in this set. And then there's some this little yellow power box. There's a little tile piece there. It's like kind of facing inward, which is interesting because it's facing in towards the building. So you're not going to see that tile piece that well, but they still decide to put it in. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so you can see this is just like a lot of groundwork, pun intended, unintended, I don't know, whatever makes me cooler. But a lot of groundwork and just kind of the setting up of the tiles for this first bag. But you can kind of see where it really shows you like just the skill level of these creators, because you've got all these little jumper plates over the place. You've got open spaces with studs still showing versus tile work, and it just shows how they kind of have to see like, what is the seam? What do I need to build up here? What pieces of furniture are going to go on these green pieces? What is this purple piece? I don't know. But anyway, here's the very first bag. Looking forward to getting build that second bag. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.